question I always get asked by subscribers is, where do I get my permissions from, and how can they get new permissions to shoot on? And it's a tough one, isn't it? It is, really, because we live in the UK, and unlike most of Europe and the United States and Canada and even Australia, I believe, we don't really have any public land here. It's all privately owned. So the when we see, I speak for myself, but when I see people wearing orange going out into the forest and hunting boar in Europe and in the States, it's quite an alien idea. It seems quite strange. But the reason they do it is because it's public land. They all have to wear orange because they need to be able to see each other so they don't accidentally shoot each other. But it's great because it means, everyone's got a right to go and shoot and camp and fish and all the things we like to do. In the UK, it's a bit more complicated, though. What it comes down to is networking. You need to know the right people. Now, this might sound a little bit off-putting, but, for me, I grew up in the country, so my dad is friends with people. I used to shoot on land around here as a boy, and, it was easier for me, I suppose. But even if you're not from that background, you are bound to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. So you need to just basically put yourself out there, talk to people, find out what you can find out, and you'll be surprised what permissions you can get. The main point is, once you do get one, do what they ask, and the normal things. Clean up after yourself. If you've got shells everywhere, make sure you pick them up. If they've asked you to shoot a specific species, like wood pigeon, only shoot wood pigeon. Don't shoot rabbits or whatever else, because they haven't given you permission to do that. If they ask you to go up and shoot, and it's going to be a crap day, still go up anyway. In fact, that happened to me only this morning. One of my permissions around here, the guy grows a lot of rape, and he was all stressed on Friday because he couldn't get hold of me because my phone was off or something, and he was desperate to get me up there because he reckons his rape was being hammered by wood pigeons. I went up yesterday and had a quick scout, and I could see that. Really, the thing with farmers, they see 3 wood pigeons and they think it's a crisis. I knew it wasn't going to be very good, but I still went up there this morning and I did about 4 hours and I shot nothing, and it was rubbish. But I did it anyway, and that sends a message to him that he can rely on me. This is the thing. If I only went up there when I thought it was going to be a great day for me, he's not going to take kindly to that, and I'm not going to do well out of it. The other thing to look at as well, Christmas time. Always buy your permissions a bottle of scotch. Not just any scotch, buy them a bottle of single malt. Now I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, what if he doesn't drink, what if he doesn't like whiskey? Trust me, all farmers like a bottle of single malt. If you buy them that, they will be pleased as punch. There do tend to be 2 types of permissions. The first type is the type that we all want, which is where, they just let you go up and do what you like, whenever. Well, not what you like. They obviously have specific problems they need dealt with. But, they don't have to have a specific problem at the time to let you go up. Even if you want to go to zero your gun or whatever. And I've got one permission like that, and it's great. But that's quite unusual. Most permissions, they only want you up there if they've got a problem. Like this gentleman this weekend who wanted me to go and shoot pigeons off his rape. He doesn't want me up there any other time. But you do a good job, and you might find he's saying, look, I've got a problem with rabbits. Can you go and ferret these rabbits over wherever? Or need you to do some foxing or whatever. But the point is just to keep doing what you're doing. In terms of the first ever permission, though, it is admittedly a very difficult one, and you just need to network. That's all I can say. Talk to people. The Pigeonwatch Forums are a good place to have a look. There are some guys on there whose permissions have spread so much that they can't keep up with it all, and they actually ask for guys to come and help them. They need extra guns because they don't want to lose their permissions, but they can't manage it on their own. The other really good piece of advice is make sure you're insured, and to be honest, I know there's lots of alternatives out there, but go with Basque, because if you're with Basque, they will know that organisation. Any farmer who sees a Basque card knows that you're insured, and he knows that you're covered with something he recognises. If you're with Lax or all these other providers, I'm sure the insurance is fine, but an average farmer won't necessarily have any idea what that is. So that's always a good place to start as well, because that way you're looking like, you're dressed normally, you're charming, you're polite, you're prompt, on time, you're shooting what they've asked you to shoot, and you're insured with an organisation they recognise. You do all those things, you'll do well out of it. You saw the pig farm shoot we had the other weekend. That was just Tom going up to this farm shop and talking to the lady and having a bit of banter with her and chatting to her. Tom's a friendly sort of a guy. And he said, oh, bloody hell, I should have brought my shotgun up. You've got millions of feral pigeons here. And she immediately looked at him quite seriously and said, you can shoot here any time you want. Because she'd got a genuine problem. But she could see that he was a nice, affable kind of chap. He got his girlfriend there as well. You know, he was like normal. And, you know, and he'd had a bit of banter with her before he even came to talking about shooting. And then she could see that he was insured and, you know, he was above board, and they feel, because they want you to shoot, but what they're worried about is, can they trust you? I mean, are you some sort of weirdo? Are you somebody who's going to be irresponsible and make a mess everywhere, or, you know, not shut a gate, or whatever, you know, the normal things that we all know that, you know, we know how to behave, but they don't know that you know how to behave. So you've got to sell yourself a little, you've got to make the best of yourself. So, I mean, I think that almost, like, covers it, really. And I suppose in terms of presentation, if you must go around and knocking on doors around the local area, and some people do this, not something I've ever done really, but I can see how it could work. But if you are going to do that, don't turn up in full-on camo gear, looking like you're ready to shoot. They'll immediately think you're a nutter and won't want you around there. But conversely, also, don't turn up there looking like you've just put on a freshly laundered suit as if you've specifically made the effort to come there. Because immediately, I mean, if that was me, I'd immediately be like, whoa, this is a bit suspicious. Why are they so keen to come and shoot for me? You know, do you see what I'm saying? If you've got permissions already, you're an experienced shooter, you know, and that you won't behave like that. You'll just be like a normal person. I can't emphasise this enough. Just be normal. Be friendly and be nice, and people will, you know, stuff will happen. And the minute you've got your foot in the door and you've got one permission, you'll be surprised how many open up. It's happened for me, and it's happened for many of my friends. So I hope that helps. I know it's not a perfect answer because there's so many aspects to this, but I wish you all good luck and see how you get on.